Sewell got into altercations with teachers and became diagnosed with anxiety. He recorded in his journal how he was hurting inside. He wrote to his chatbot that he loved her and wanted to come home to her. After the chatbot encouraged him to do so, he took his own life. Now, his mother is taking action against the creators of the AI service, blaming them for her son's anxiety, depression, and eventual death. Joining us now to discuss this very difficult story is Breanna Morello, host of the Breanna Morello Show. Breanna, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Breanna, what I hate about this story is, most people, especially those on the right, actually, fall immediately into the worst logic imaginable. And that is, they fall for this whole conversation that this story is all about the evils of AI, the evils of this chatbot and how it's manipulated this kid or the people or society. And I look at a story like this, it's tragic, and I feel for this family, but this completely distracts from a much more important conversation about the mental health of our young people.
Yeah. And I understand and I feel horrible for this family because obviously 14 is way too soon. And for him to take his own life, it's just absolutely heartbreaking, all the details behind this. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to allude to. Number one, obviously, you and I are both well aware of the dangers of AI. And I think most Americans are at this point because we've prepared so many people for this. The dangers are well known. It's up to parents now to speak to their kids, but also to provide them with tools to make sure that they know what their kids are doing online. I mean, I remember growing up, and this is going to age me a bit, but it's MySpace. My parents, they tried their hardest to, stop me from doing certain things, but I was allowed to have a MySpace page. And that was really toxic for my mental health as a teenage girl. And so I think for parents at home who are watching this, I think you need to have more of a hands-on approach to this. So many times parents are giving their kids tablets at a very young age. And I mean, one of my friends, her kid can't even speak, but knows how to maneuver things on YouTube and click around and find videos that she wants to say. And so that should be alarming that they're just kind of giving these tablets to kids and they're unsupervised and they're unregulated at some times in some instances. So I don't know if I would 100% blame the company. I know the mother was also saying that the company should have somehow alerted her that her son did have suicidal thoughts. But obviously her child was either seeking a therapist or was having some type of professional help. So that likely would have came up during their sessions, I would think.
Oh, no doubt. And then that then opens up this whole conversation about companies monitoring these chats, which I don't know what their policy is, but monitoring the chats, and they're a private company, they can do what they want, but that also goes into invasion of privacy issues, which, again, this is a very fluid topic. It's debatable. What privacy issues or rights does a 14-year-old have, right? So I think you bring up a great point about, parental supervision and how much that is required. I think the greater point that you bring up is the fact that so many parents who are raising kids of this age grew up in a totally different time and perhaps don't fully understand the seduction that is a chatbot that is sitting there and replacing the touch, feel, and soul of a living human being.
Yeah, and I feel bad for parents because it's very, very hard. Most parents, both parents have to work these days because it's just so hard to get by. So adding this to their plate on top of everything else is very, very challenging. But that's the reality. Listen, these electronic devices, they are harmful. There are other things that you could do out there to regulate to see what your child is up to when they're going online to look at certain things. So I think that's definitely something that parents should look into.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.